Alright, definitely the last quest for tonight from me. Facing the Truth, given to us by Lena. In the northeast section next to Holminster Switch of Lakeland, the zone that is to the immediate west of the Crystarium and the Rockatica Greatwood. Here we go. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. I go back to the Crystarium to speak with everyone. Wind Up Graha T has been with me for a while. Let's see what my next random minion is. Wind Up Ramza. I don't think I've had you randomly yet. You have a cape. It's funny. I don't think the real Ramza had a cape. And if I recall correctly, he was occasionally quite the butthole. Anyway. I'll sprint for 4 seconds. And then speak with Alphino. The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland, but now that you're here, there's a proposal I should like to make. I'm sorry I have to let you down easy, buddy. Sorry, just doing a little bit of stirring. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the flood in particular. He's got the Yistola, Urianjay, Beklug, and the Exarch and myself here. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin-eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I, too, can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Odbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and then painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remains those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Vobert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as sin-eaters is absurd, says Beklug. Under normal circumstances I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the flood. He looks down, eyes closed. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Odbert who'd helped you overcome Emmett Selk, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood that followed in their wake. Gets nods all around. Well, what say you, Mercy? I wish we had done this sooner. The other option is spread the word, I say. In hindsight, I agree, but better late than never, no? Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Bekalug on your means of returning home? On our means of returning home. The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium in the Excedra. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Nods all around, and we leave. Cutscene over. Exit to Crystarium. I've got some people to talk to. Let's go to the Musica Universalis place first here. And southwest it looked like. Up some stairs. And the bartender, Glenard, of the Wandering Stairs. Well, well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you to be brief. With the night returned, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. You explain why we're here. The Warriors of Light. Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the cardinal virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? You go on some more. Well, you've yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Okay. One down. This next one seems to be on a path overhead, so I think I need to go to the main Crystarium shard, or Etherite, I think. And then south from there, and then back north to the shard, or Etherite, whatever, blah blah blah. How am I can purchase maybe like 1 or 2 more pieces of gear. Via, what are they called? Tomes? Allegan Tomes of Poetics, I think they're called. Allegan Tomestone of Poetics. Here's Bragi, the Lion Man I've met before. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is that fellow from Adela's Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Norvrant reaps the benefits. But you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind. We explain. I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning the night to Norvrant. All right, consider my interest piqued. Yeah. We have to go. Well, we could have gone right there, but I've wasted some time, unfortunately. You just have to go to the infirmary just to the northeast a little bit from the main Etherite. Talk to the doc, Chesamil. Mercy! My, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. She laughs at herself. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. We explain some. The truth about the Warriors of Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. 3 out of 5. Show me your live. Yeah, we'll go to the Amaro launch. Etherite. Ethernet shard. And then from there, mostly west. But was this the right way? I have some stairs leading down. I think it's the right way. Yes, cool. Okay, cool. Let's pop the sprint. pop the sprint. Here's Catless, who kind of oversees this, basically supply depot looking round of stuff. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenold not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. Let me explain why we're here. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. And lastly, north. So I think I can take, yeah. I'm going to go to the Cabinet of Curiosity via this Ethernet shard. It's just one more Ethernet shard north. And then north some more into the library and probably up all the stairs. So the circular staircase going up the central pillar of bookshelves to talk to Morin. No, this can't be. Surely there's at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. We talk to him, or pat him on the shoulder. He looks shocked. Oh, mercy, forgive. Oh, mercy. No. Forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear a repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. People wish to know the truth of the flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. We calm him down a little bit. You would address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light, of the Flood? How wonderful! You've regaled me with a tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. And I'll try. Where am I going to finish this? Ah, it's still on cooldown. Poop. Dusselgate. And west from there to talk to Al. Sorry, that's horrible. I was trying to figure out the pace and tones of this song to try to match it, but it didn't do. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather. Ulian, J, and Ishtola are with us. Cutscene faded to black. We pan down from a bright sky of blue and clouds, and there's indeed an arc of people eagerly awaiting the story.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
We never actually hear my character's voice, so... And I'm a fighter, I'm not a speech maker, but... I approach the crowd and begin talking. We have flashbacks of Ardbert and the fellow Warriors of Light and Darkness and their Chocobo. Or Amaro? Yeah, Amaro. The crowd is listening. Another flashback of the warriors in their battle stance. Some mouths agape in the crowd. Lots of nods of acknowledgement. And we shake our head. And there's one final little thing of Ardbert and Menphilia before this flood of light that I believe he helped to stop.
Wicked White? The Warriors of Light did all that?
That was Thaler.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
That's the Rogadan guardsman from earlier.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
We're looking around the crowd. We see Ardbert in non-ghost form behind the crowd. His smile is odd. Alphino sees
Impossible.
where we're looking, and impossible. You can see him too?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
The Rogadan guard recognizes him, and everybody turns to him.
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
He seems to be basking in this. Which
That's
seems
impossible.
odd for
You
him.
should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home. But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
Just requires some training and teamwork.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure.
And dedication. And hard work.
But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
Nose whistle. Dang it. Come on. Stop it. He goes on to talk
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go.
Sorry.
I will stay here and watch.
The screen pans up to the very tippy top of the crystal tower. We are inside the ocular. Please keep talking so I don't have to do all the voices.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
My options are no, within italics, absolutely not, or it looks like him and sounds like him, but it isn't him. It looks like him and it sounds like him, but it isn't him. I'm taking a staunch position.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Thancred nods before he says
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Only one, huh?
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree.
Early on, Jane nodded as well, by the way.
From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Oh. Emmett?
Elidibus.
Oh, never mind, sorry.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known.
Oh, yeah, in the...
Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Yeah, dude.
Verily.
A lot.
For they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. 'Twas only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary.
We have a flash of white
I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent.
I think this is back when Urianger had joined the Warriors of Darkness or Light, or whatever they were called at the time. I think they were called the Warriors of Darkness in the Source. And there's a lot of books, and Elidibus is there with the Warrior of Darkness himself.
Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
The Ocular has like a viewing portal, and it's been focused on Ardbert and the crowd, and probably Alphino as well.
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
I don't want Alphino to be attacked, though, you know. Where are all these things on my phone? Oh, unused apps, gotcha. Cutscene ends, as does the quest. We got piety food, critical hit food, determination, so probably crit food, yeah. Most versatile. We'll see if there's another cutscene. There is not. Cool. Now I need to step out to make sure I continue getting rested XP, so let me do that. There's going to be a link in the description that is to my PowerPoint in my Google Docs. Every slide of the PowerPoint is an item on Amazon that I recommend because I use them a lot, all the time, and repurchase if it is something that like is supplies that need to be repurchased when they're used through. Tea, Slim Fast, mayonnaise, fucking coconut oil. Anyway, if you purchase any of those items with the link on the corresponding slide, I'll get a small cut. It won't increase the price. It's one way to support me, but otherwise, have a great day. I love you. Or what the hell is that? I don't know who you are. I don't know if I love you. I don't know you. Anyway, have a good time. Bye. Sorry.